Hello, this is set 76334 Epic Battle Spider-Man vs. Sandman. This set has 201 pieces and is rated for 9 and up. The minifigures on the box are Sandman, Spider-Man, and Venom. Let's take a look at the back of the box. On the back we see Spider-Man swinging on Sandman and trying to attack him. And what we see at the bottom is Venom also trying to attack Sandman. I believe Spider-Man and Venom are both trying to stop Sandman. This set is from the Epic Moment collection, and there is another set with the Hulkbuster versus the Hulk. I might review that set next. Some of my thoughts are that the price of the set for $25 seems pretty reasonable because you get 3 minifigures and a nice display scene showing Sandman erupting from the ground, causing chaos in the streets. I like the Spider-Man in the top right. It really feels retro and OG and brings you back to when I used to watch the Spider-Man movies. But my favorite was Spider-Man 2 because it had more iconic characters. Here we have 2 number bags, 1 unnumbered bag, and the instruction manual. Page 1 shows us creating Spider-Man. And my favorite part of this instruction manual is at the bottom showing Spider-Man walking along as a completion bar. I think that's really interesting. And there were some interesting techniques I realized while building this set. Still was a simple set, but definitely a lot of Venom in it, you could say. Now here we are in the back, showing it completed and showing all the Epic Moment sets. Now, let's get to the set. Some of my favorite parts of the set is that Spider-Man can be in the emotion of swinging and getting captured by Sandman. I also like that the surrounding area is starting to be venomized by Venom in the top right, who is jumping at Sandman. I like that the pillars is starting to be venomized in this construction site area that we're at. And I think what is really interesting is the lamp that is exploding out of the ground and the iconic fire hydrant that's exploding out of the ground. But this time it's not fully red. It has a black piece at the end of it. Now, if you take a look at the back of the set, it's pretty bland and boring, but you still see the inner workings of the set and how it's like a explosion in the back. And then what I almost forgot to mention is that there's a pillar exploding out the ground too. A small one, but it seems like you can still put Spider-Man on top of that so he can jump off it midair, which I think is really interesting. Now, looking at the Sandman in this full complete form, his right arm is bigger than his left arm, and his right arm is actually used to grab Spider-Man. When we look at the base, it can show his sand element, which is pretty tricky to show in Lego, I've seen. But it brings you back to the Marvel Spider-Man game, the Avengers game that showed a giant Sandman minifigure completely made out of sand. And I always was looking forward to Lego making a giant Sandman like that. But this is good for now because I think it's really cool. And looking at the back of the base, it's the same as the front of the base. just a repeated pattern I noticed while building of the base of Sandman. Now, looking at his minifigure of Sandman, we can see that he's pretty simple, but still has an interesting sand pattern to him. You can see all the cracks in him because he's not fully solid, but he's still in his sand form. And I like the angry expression that is on him because he's attacking Spider-Man and Venom. And the back is just as simple, with the same cracked look on top of his head too, which I just realized. Now looking at Venom, he has all of his tentacles out, and he's actually holding one to use to strike down Sandman. And the back also shows a webbed pattern on the back of his head. And now on to the main character himself, Spider-Man. This suit looks exactly like how it did in the movie, but I actually didn't really like this suit in general for Spider-Man. And it looks very old, this suit. It really captures the old aspect of the movies. Also, the back of the suit with the Spider-Man looks very nice. Overall, I'll give this set a nice 8 out of 10. They could have did a little better with the Sandman and give him side leg printing. And also, the Venom could have used side leg printing also. I know that's a big ask for a set at this price, $25. And I really like the printing on the Spider-Man 3 logo at the bottom that says the name of the set and the actual battle scene that is represented here. So this is my first Lego video. I will be reading comments for feedback, and let me know if we can get 100 likes. I'll make the Hulkbuster versus Hulk set.